Last technique I'm going to show also involves the Pathfinder minus front tool, and it'll show some problems you could run into. So let's make some text to work with. Again, the type tool, text box, type in the word slice, all caps. Enable the selection tool so I can see the bounding box, type, create outlines. You should be able to do this in your sleep by now. Use the zoom tool, the magnifying glass, to zoom in nice and tight. So there's my vector object, I can see the anchor points. Enabling the black arrow, the selection tool, so it's all selected. I'm going to copy this and paste a copy of it right on top. So Command or Control C to copy. To paste it in place on top is Command Shift V, Victor, or Control Shift Victor. Okay, so now I have the word slice on the bottom and the word slice on the top. So I'm thinking, okay, I learned how to use the minus front tool. I think it'd look really cool if I got rid of all this stuff in the front and just had these like very thin like remnants in the back. I think that's a really neat idea, so let me try that. So just like in the previous video, what we saw is like just select both filled objects, window, Pathfinder. Okay, so I'm good to go. All I got to do is hit minus front and I'm going to get this really cool effect. Well, watch what happens. Whoops. Okay, the multiple objects like that do not compute, okay, for Illustrator. So we have to like make it understandable. We have to go through one more step, okay, for this thing to work. So let me Command Z. All right. Let me deselect here. Okay. Slice on the front, slice in the back, everything's good. Once again, do a Marquee Selection. I got both filled objects selected. Great. Here's the step you have to add. Go to Object, Ungroup. It's going to ungroup all that stuff. Both of them. All right. So now these are both words of slice are ungrouped. So what you have to do now, deselect. I have my selection tool, black arrow. Do a Marquee Selection. Just select the first letter forms. Only first letter forms. Now hit minus front. Aha. Deselect. Select the two L's. You don't have to, by the way, you don't have to like carefully select everything, just so you get a chunk with the black arrow. If you just get that much of the two letter forms, they're all selected. Minus front. Okay. That looks a little weird. I would fix that, but I'm going to select both I's, minus front, both C's. And again, notice I do not have to select the entire letter form with the selection tool. I can just do a Marquee Selection just so I get pieces of both letter forms. Now they're both selected. Minus front, minus front. Okay, so I can kind of see the word slice in there. If this was, for an art project, there's a lot of really cool stuff I could do with this. All right, so let me zoom out a little bit here, and let me show something else. Let me move the Pathfinder window out of the way. Remember, I built this, in the previous videos, and this thing, these are all ungrouped objects. Suppose I want to take this cutout thing and, use it in a layout. With the selection tool enabled, select everything, go to Object, Group. Now, this thing is a unit. Same thing over here. We have very many ungrouped objects. Do a Marquee Selection of your word slice that you just modified. Go to Object, Group, and now you can move it around as an object and it doesn't get messed up. If you ever want to ungroup it, I'm sure you figured this out already. Have it selected and go to Object, Ungroup. Okay, but keep it grouped because it's easier to move and to export and modify. So let me just get your workspace, or I'm sorry, your page to look somewhat like this, and save it, and you're going to upload it as an AI file.